Go, go. "45-minute Pro A buggy." Everybody coming across for one lap. Trouble in the double section. Double section. Somebody's on the way. On the way. Everybody turning personal best laps. $140 down. We got 43 minutes of racing still to go. Lutz and Bornhorst over the back section. Brandon Rose shown in third. Then it's Dellinger, solid white in 4. Dickerson, blue and white in the 5. Hook 6. Austin Jeffries 7. Lefebvre 8. Another solid white car of Lefebvre in 9. Caldwell 10. Villalobos 11. Darby 12.
Yeah, I already laughed at voices on Facebook. They had 15 guys and 4 of them were done. So. The winner? Yeah. I had already told him. You got second. Don't let somebody come up and catch you or flame and you lose it. I didn't know that. There was one point after a pit stop that we were nose to tail. I was like, where the fuck did he come from? He had 18 seconds on this guy.
3:30 down, 41:30 to go. Lutz, Bornhorst separated by 6 seconds. Dickerson 5 seconds back in third. Jeffries 4. Lefebvre 5. Rose, Hooks. Ethan Lefebvre, Dellinger having trouble down at 9, and Caldwell 10. Noah Dickerson with a mirror full of Austin Jeffries. Lefebvre right behind them. Then it's Brandon Rose, Hooks, Lefebvre, Dellinger. Third, 4, 5, 6, 7. Third all the way through 9th. Still super tight on the track. Oh, trouble for third place. Noah Dickerson trying to get back on the track. He drops 2, drops 3, drops 4 spots. 5 spots. Dickerson going from third. He's going to end up behind Caldwell in 10th. Dickerson down in the 8th spot. Lutz and Bornhorst separated by 8 seconds. Lutz just checking out. 6 seconds back to Jeffries, top 3 running Techno cars. Mistake by Caldwell, lets Dillinger by. Caldwell dropping to the 9 spot. .550 down, 39.10 to go. Watch out in the double-double. Watch out in the double-double. Another one in the double-double.
Just past the 6-minute mark. Pit call out starting to happen here at the 7-minute mark. Let's see who we have coming in. Fast return to the pits by Coy Moore.
Looks like a flame out for
Jeffries, I think.
Austin Jeffries. Pit lane going crazy down there. Careful on the driver's stand, guys. I don't want to see that. I'll pull you off the track.
Ryan Lutz getting called in for pit. As Hooks comes in. Lutz making the jump into pit lane. Caldwell also in for pit.
Lutz, Bornhorst, Lefebvre up to the 3s. 15 seconds back. Hooks back into 4 spot. He's only 2 seconds out of a podium spot. Dillinger back into the 5. Dickerson 6. Rose 7. Caldwell in the 8. Darby 9. Villalobos top 10. .35.30 to go. 35.30. 9:30 down.
Bornhorst getting a little squirrely down the front straight. Now 8.8 seconds back from Ryan Lutz. 17 and a half more to Lefebvre. Hunter Lefebvre up from 8th to the start. Looking to make big moves on the field and stay out front.
Dickerson making a mistake. Let's Rose around him on the straightaway. Battle for 6th place over the right-hand side. Rose in the yellow and red. Dickerson blue and white. Lefebvre and Hook separated by 1.4 seconds. Lefebvre solid white through the switchback. Hook's right behind him. Dillinger shown in the 5 spot. Solid white. Hook's down the straightaway. He's got Villalobos between him and Dillinger. Dillinger got around Villalobos, so we got 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Solid white through the double-double. Hooks right behind him. Battle for a podium. 10:45 down, 34:10 to go.
Dellinger wrecking down the front straightaway. Lands rubber down.
He's got the leader coming to put him a lap down. That's not something you hear every day. The Iceman, Jake Dillinger, running in 5th. About to be lapped by the leader.
Lefebvre coming into traffic in the chicane. He is the all-white buggy.
Dillinger now applying the pressure to Tyler Hooks as Hunter Lefebvre trying to check out Hunter Lefebvre down the straightaway. Hooks right behind him with Dillinger right behind him. 1.8 seconds back from 3rd. Half a second between Hooks and Dillinger.
Bornhorst now 17 seconds out of the lead.
Bornhorst, Ryan Lutz making Bornhorst look like a human. Big pile up in the middle of the track. Let's clean it up here in the middle through the switchback.
That is your 4th and 5th driver.
Your leader. Working lap traffic. All of those guys actually not even for position other than Hooks, Lefebvre, and Dillinger. They've got around the lap traffic.
Lefebvre now has Lutz coming up behind him.
Hunter Lefebvre, Tyler Hooks, Jake Dillinger. Dillinger all over the back bumper. Tyler Hooks as they work the left side down the straightaway. Darby and Marrant battling for position. Trouble on the front straight. Go low. It's clear. It's clear.
Dellinger all over the backside of Hooks right now as they're trying to hunt down Hunter Lefebvre. As Lefebvre is just trying to keep pace with Lutz, trying to figure the line out. Lefebvre has Hooks and Dillinger closing in fast. As Hooks spins out, allowing Dillinger to get by. Lefebvre not out of the woods yet. Coming into the chicane with Lutz in front of him. Lefebvre coming up to double trouble as there is trouble in it. Watch out in troubles. Lefebvre threw it, but Dellinger gets the worst of it. He's on his lid. Hooks for the pass. Lefebvre down the front stretch now has breathing room between him and Hooks. Hooks right behind Lefebvre, trying to get the pass around his buddy. Hooks has all sorts of traffic as he comes into double trouble as Lefebvre on his lid. No, that was not Lefebvre. Never mind.
30 minutes, drivers half.
Lefebvre
30 minutes, we're 15 down. Trouble for
Rose
Dickerson in the
pit.
middle.
Rose up into that 4 spot now. Rose in for pit.
A lot of cars coming into pit lane. It's going to be a look at that. Fugate. Jeffries flaming out.
Dickerson in for pit. And Lutz in for pit.
$15.40, 29.20.
Rose making moves up the field now into that 4 spot. Trying to chase down Hunter Lefebvre, who's got about 11 seconds over him, but there were fuel stops happening.
30 seconds the gap between Lutz and Bornhorst.
Lefebvre.
There might be fuel stops in there on that one, but we'll see.
Lefebvre in for fuel.
Third place in for fuel, looking for Brandon Rose in fourth.
Brandon Rose.
Brandon Rose over the left side. Lefebvre in and out cleanly. Dellinger shown 5, Hooks shown in 6.
Rose now in the hunt for that 3rd place spot. Lefebvre front straightaway. Rose has 2 cars in front of him to try to catch
Dellinger
up.
on his roof. Hooks gets around him. That's a battle for 5. On the left side, Hooks now shown in 5th. Dellinger on the 6th spot. Bornhorst down the straightaway, 24 seconds out of the lead. Caldwell in trouble in the double-double, lands rubber down. Fast lap of the race, Bornhorst 32.6.
Brandon Rose now has Ethan Lefebvre to get by so he can get into that mix. Lefebvre has 4th place Brandon Rose getting around him right now in the off camber.
Hooks and Dellinger still battling out for the top 5. We got Lefebvre and Caldwell battling out for 8. They're working the left side of the track. Lefebvre has it. Caldwell's right behind him as they go over the roller.
Dickerson lets Lefebvre get by as Rose down the front straightaway now, 4.4 seconds back for that 3rd place position. Brandon Rose in the hunt.
18:30 down, 26:30 to go. It's Lutz, Bornhorst, Lefebvre, Rose. They're separated by 4 seconds now. Hooks 5, Dellinger only 1.3 back in 6th.
Rose is starting to shave off time off Lefebvre.
Dickerson
they are now within
7.
sight of each other.
Caldwell 8, Lefebvre 9, Marrant top 10, Darby right behind him in 11. Villalobos 12, Morrow 13, Jeffries and Gallagher. Everybody still running this race. 15 started, 15 still running.
Brandon Rose now only 3 seconds out of that 3rd place position. Rose turning up the heat on Hunter Lefebvre as Hunter Lefebvre making his way through the center of the track right now. Hunter Lefebvre through the chicane section. Coming up on more lap traffic on the left-hand side. The all-white with yellow wheels. Lefebvre down the front straightaway. Here comes Rose, now even closer. 2 seconds, 1 second a lap it's been.
Lefebvre, white car, yellow wheels on the back straight. Rose, yellow car.
Oh, he just rolls it.
Rolling traction roll.
Rose now
For
over
Lefebvre.
LaFleur.
Battle for the podium spot, working over the double. Onto the back section. Into the switchbacks. Rose running a little wide. Trouble in the double-double right in front of your leaders. It's dead. That is Jake Dellinger on his out of fuel. 20 minutes. 25 seconds down. We got 24:30 to go. 24:30. Brandon Rose, Hunter Lefebvre battling out through the switchbacks.
Coming down the straightaway up on the backside of Noah Dickerson. Your battle for that third place spot.
24 minutes to go.
Battle of the humans, I like
Trouble
to say.
for Dellinger over the double-double section. Jake Dellinger shown in 8th spot, but I think he is dropping down that order. We'll see when he comes around. Dellinger dropping down the order, shown in 11th spot. 3 seconds out of a top 10.
LaFleur keeping tight to Rose, not going to let him get away.
1.1 is the gap between them.
Coming out to double trouble. Your battle for the third place spot. Right behind Mark Morrow. Mark Morrow lets Brandon go by.
Quickly approaching the halfway point of this race.
LaFleur looking to make the inside pass on Morrow as he lets him go by as well.
Pit stops are coming. Pit stops are coming.
Jet approaching the halfway point of the race. LaFleur trying to stick to the inside, trying to catch Brandon Rose, who's turned on the heat and keeps turning it up.
Halfway, drivers, halfway. Halfway.
Rose in for fuel. LaFleur stays out. Rose now out. LaFleur trying to gain a little bit of time on a fuel stop.
Hooks in and out. He's your 5th place driver. Shown 15 seconds out of the battle for the number 3 spot. 22 minutes to go, drivers. 22.
Brandon Rose chasing down Hunter LaFleur. LaFleur still no pit.
LaFleur running a long pit strategy, it looks like. LaFleur coming up short on the double-double section.
Brandon Rose there to capitalize.
Dead car on the front straight. Not sure who that is. I believe that is Marrant. Or Gallagher. I'm not sure which one.
LaFleur still staying out.
Caldwell running in 7th as he comes across. Ryan Lutz trying to put Joe Bornhorst a lap down. Can you believe it? Working the back section. The teammates. Who's taking the drive back home with the bragging rights? Lutz just all over the rear wing of Bornhorst.
LaFleur in for fuel. Brandon Rose making the pass on the stop.
Rose now down the
LaFleur
straightaway.
out. Brandon Rose now going to have a nice little gap between him and LaFleur.
It looks like Lutz finally got around and he has a lap on the field. Ryan Lutz, Techno RC factory racer, lapping the field here. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
Watch out on the double line. Tyler Hooks on his lid in the double line.
Tyler Hooks had 15 seconds over Noah Dickerson.
He was there for at least 5 of that. Lefebvre 4 seconds back for Brandon Rose.
Fast lap of the race, 32-2 by Bornhorst, 32-7 by Lutz, 33-1 by Brandon Rose.
Lefebvre now has Villalobos and Jeffries in front of him as he's trying to catch Brandon Rose. Still 4.5 seconds to split. Rose through the double trouble section. Lefebvre coming into it now. Rose down the front stretch. Lefebvre now coming down the left-hand side. 5-6 seconds now to split.
All right.
Hey, James Toll. It's about time somebody help her out.
Rose up and over, double troubled with no problems. Lefebvre making it through as Rose is now on the backside of the track. Lefebvre having to fight through traffic. You will have to fight hard with the guy in front of him, who is Ryan Lutz. Lefebvre on his lid after the big double. Rose skirting away down the front stretch.
"17 minutes ago, 17. Lutz, Bornhorst, Rose, Lefebvre. That gap is open up to 12 seconds. Tyler Hooks, 26 seconds back in 5th. Noah Dickerson, 10 seconds back in 6th. Caldwell, 7, 8 seconds back. Dellinger making his way back up the order into 8th. He's only 4 seconds out of a top 7. Lefebvre on his roof again. That's going to let Dickerson. That's not for position, but Dickerson gets by. Somebody dead in the middle, solid white. White wheels, I believe that is going to be Dellinger again. Coming up to the 16-minute mark. Everybody's still running. Everybody's still on the clock. Lefebvre running in 8th coming into the pits. He's 16 out of 7 from his teammate Dillon Caldwell.
Rose now nearly half a lap over Lefebvre in that 3rd place spot.
Coming up to the 15-minute mark. Not quite there. We're 15:30. Pit stops are coming.
Working his way through traffic on the backside of the track. Rose in for fuel.
Rose running top three, 33-1 fast lap. We're 15 minutes to go. Ooh, that was close over the
Hooks now in for fuel.
Tyler Hooks. He's got 8 seconds over Dickerson. Dickerson working the left side. Hooks running top five. Lefebvre having a trouble lap. Lefebvre in fourth down the straightaway. Hooks 20 seconds out of that spot. Lefebvre still with another pit stop. Trouble for Noah in the double-double section. Careful, careful. You're clear. Go. Thank you, Mr. Morelli. $14 minutes to go. 14.
Lefebvre has 18 seconds to catch. 18 seconds to try to get, or more to gain, to try to catch up to Rose. As Rose down the front stretch right now. Showing to be still on the same lap as Bornhorst. Trouble after the doubles. Trouble after the doubles. Trouble on the doubles. Rose makes a clue.
Coming up to 13 minutes. Lutz, Bornhorst, Rose, Lefebvre, Hooks. Hooks 21 seconds out of the top four.
Bornhorst in for fuel.
Trouble in the double-double. Marshall's on his way. Oh,
Whoa.
my gosh. You all right, Paulini? Are you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Caught you on the arm. Caught him on the arm as he was trying to grab the buggy.
Go finish up for him, all right?
A little bit of an RD swap. Robbie going to take care of Paulini. $11:30 to go. Tyler Hooks now into that 4 spot. Lefebvre dropping on trouble. As I was running up here to the stand, looks like Lefebvre had trouble or pulled off. Nope, Lefebvre back on the track right now, going through the big double. Tyler Hooks a lap off of Brandon Rose. Rose sitting in that 3rd place spot, pretty secure right now. Well, with 10:30 to go, anything will happen. But Brandon Rose still hanging on to the lap of Bornhorst. Right now, Rose only 12.8 seconds back from Bornhorst. Rose going from human to machine here in this A main. Bornhorst goes down the front stretch. As Rose comes to the left-hand side. Down the front stretch, Rose goes. 13.7 off of Bornhorst. Brandon Rose turning in a good performance here. Top 5 right now, Lutz, Bornhorst, Rose, Hooks, and Dickerson. Dickerson 20 seconds behind Hooks. Lefebvre nearly a lap out of that 5th place conversation. $8:55 to go in this one. Trouble on the big double, trouble on the big double. It is clear. Hooks makes it over. Brandon Rose, 15.5 seconds now back from Bornhorst. Still hanging on that lap. A full lap over his competitor of Tyler Hooks in 4th place. Brandon Rose. Lefebvre in for fuel. Dickerson in for fuel. Brandon Rose down the front stretch again. Hooks down the front stretch, 48 seconds back from Rose. As Rose goes over the big double. Rose rolls it. Coming up close on pipe. Stays running though. Right now, closest race on the track is Hunter Lefebvre and Ethan Lefebvre. And Villalobos and Marrant for that 10 spot. Marrant currently holding 10th down. Tyler Hooks in for fuel. Ryan Lutz currently 1 minute over his teammate, Joe Bornhorst. Rose still hanging on to the Joe Bornhorst lap. Hanging in there for every opportunity. Bornhorst now in for fuel. As his teammate Lutz goes by. Coming up behind him to put Bornhorst another lap down. Tangle up with Hooks in the chicane. Ooh, trouble right in front of Hooks and Bornhorst. Gets by without a problem. Lutz hanging out right behind Bornhorst. Catch in pit lane of Hunter Lefebvre. Jumped into his hands like it was nothing. Rose now 30 seconds back from Bornhorst, but solidly in that 3rd place spot as he's still 41 seconds over Hooks in that 4th place spot. And Dickerson on the same lap as Hooks, trying to chase him down. He's got 20 seconds to make up though. Lutz currently on lap number 72. And now 73 as he has fully passed Bornhorst yet again. Two laps on second place, Ryan Lutz has. Dickerson in for fuel. As Rose the machine down the front straightaway. Now 30 seconds back from Bornhorst. As Bornhorst now coming to look to put a pass on third place. Third place in all sorts of traffic right now. Coming up into the chicane. Bornhorst into traffic. That was Dickerson. Looks like Bornhorst in again. Tyler Hooks and Noah Dickerson, fourth and fifth drivers, but not on time. They're not on the same lap. But next to each other, battling out. Dickerson trying to get his lap back from his buddy. Trouble in the big double.
Three minutes
Roller
left.
down the front straightaway. It is cleared. Rose not going to let Bornhorst get by him. Rose going through the double-double section, coming up on traffic into the chicane. Yellow front, red rear. Brandon Rose snaking through, now coming up behind Ethan Lefebvre. Brandon Rose on the inside down the front straightaway. Lefebvre gives it to him. As Marrant is there with him, but not on pace with him. Problem on the front straightaway. Problem on the front straightaway is clear. Your top five still Lutz, Bornhorst, Rose, Hooks, Dickerson, Lefebvre, Lefebvre, Darby, Jeffries, Villalobos. Rounding up top 10.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes to go. Rose hanging out in third spot. Not going to let Joe Bornhorst, who just came by, get around him. He's trying to stay on the same lap as Joe Bornhorst. An accomplishment in and of itself. For man to machine. Rose coming down the front straightaway. He's got traffic in front of him and behind. Rose in the solid yellow with the red rear. On the backside coming into the off camber. Traffic lets him by. Lefebvre trying to make his move into the 5 spot.
1 minute left.
Lefebvre now right behind Noah Dickerson. Trying to move up and secure a 5th place position. That is closest battle on the track right now. Lefebvre and Dickerson going through the double-double section. Coming into the chicane. On the left-hand side, Noah Dickerson. Hunter Lefebvre for number 5. Dickerson has the 5th place position. Lefebvre wants it. They're going to try to race to the finish for this one. As we approach 10 seconds remaining, Brandon Rose across. Bornhorst one more lap though. Oh, on the double. Watch out on the double. Watch out on the double.
Noah Dickerson done.
Dickerson done.
Hunter Lefebvre done.
Lefebvre missing it by a hair.
Ryan Lutz done.
Lutz done and victorious.
Austin Jeffries done. Robbie Darby done. Sean
And
Gallagher
Brandon Rose, your third
done.
place.
Brandon Rose done. Mark Morrow
From
done.
Man to Machine, Brandon Rose.
Joe Bornhorst done.
Hanging on with Joe
Tyler the Stig
Bornhorst,
looks
finishing
done.
less than 30 seconds behind him.
Miguel Villalobos done. Chris Marrant done.
All right, all done, all done. Woo! Lutz, Bornhorst, Rose, your top three. Hooks, Dickerson rounding out the top five. A little bit of quiet time as we get into the rest of our electric